la 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 la. If I'm here, don't mind the black screen. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Is she bugging the boy? Selena? Is Pixie bugging Princey? Well, you said come here, so I thought maybe she was. Give me a minute. Almost done. I had to change. Voila! What do you guys think? Oh, nobody's coming on. Yeah. Pardon me, pardon me. Hey, I started a new live. Come on over, guys. Hey, I had to start a new live, so come on over. Oops. Try that again. Hey, I had to start a new live. Come on over. What do you think of my background? Don't know if you want to, darling, but I am live on YouTube. Okay. No, well, tree, but this is the Eiffel Tower. All right, so I'm just going to continue with my story. So me finding out about the PTSD will lead into why I've been missing in action everywhere else. So you all know that 2 months ago, my mom went missing. We found her. She was at a hotel. And the day we found her, I went to the hotel and was very happy to see her. You know, everything was fine. And I got a message from the hotel manager the next morning because I was thanking her for letting me know that my mom was there. But she wanted to let me know that she wanted me to come get my mom and bring her home because she won't leave her staff alone. So I said, if I can convince her to not constantly go down and talk to your staff, can she stay there because she's been not doing too great and this is a getaway for her. And so we agreed on that. Well, that night I went to see my mom. I brought her upstairs because she was downstairs bugging the staff again, as usual. And that's my mom. That's what she does. But just to preface what's going to be happening in a minute, she hasn't been doing well. I started noticing a difference the day before, 2 days before she disappeared. I started noticing something wasn't right with her. I would talk to her and I'd be talking like I am, right, like this. And this is how she would answer me. She'd be like, yeah, I want to go to and it's like, something's not right. And then I'd be like, Mom, you shouldn't be going anywhere because of the pandemic. And she'd go to answer me and she'd be like, what were we talking about? That would be her reply. So I'm like, Mom, you need to go get some help. Something's wrong. Well, she started saying that she was hearing people outside her apartment. Well, first she started thinking that the people in the tattoo parlor hated her or were mad at her or something. And I'm like, Mom, did they say that? I mean, out of the blue, you think they're mad at you or whatnot? And she's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, well, did they say that? And she's like, no. Did they complain to your landlord about you? Not that I know of. I go, well, why do you think that they don't like you? Why do you think that they hate you? And she's like, I don't know. They're laughing and they look like they're making fun of me whenever I am outside. And then I can hear them laughing outside. And I'm like, Mom, they're talking. It's fine. They're probably saying something really funny. And it definitely has nothing to do with you. And she was like, I don't know. And then I'm getting there. And then like the next day she's like, Julie, I need to get away. They're threatening to kill me. Someone is threatening to kill me. Like, this was actually up to that. It was about a week prior to the hotel thing. Sorry. And she's like, they're threatening to kill me. I'm like, who's threatening to kill you? She's like, I don't know. Someone outside is yelling, Wanda, we're going to get you. We're going to kill you. Wanda, we're coming up there. We're going to trash your place. We're going to kill you. I probably should not be saying that word, so I'm going to be using something else or bleeping that word or something, figuring out how to do that while I'm live, of course. And I'm like, Mom, I don't think so. I think, and she's like, just not wanting to think that it's not true. She firmly believes that someone wanted to execute and I probably shouldn't say that word either. All right, diminish her. And I'm I'm like, Mom, you need to get help. You really need to get help. Something's wrong. Something is seriously wrong. I'm very worried about you. And this is how I'm talking to her. I mean, yes, I yell at her. Yes, I get very frustrated and effing annoyed with her. That's what kids do. We get annoyed with our parents even when we're adults. It happens. But, and then she's like, Julie, it's not downstairs that wants to hurt me. It's someone across the street. I'm like, do you know who? She's like, no, but I saw them, and I saw them looking at my window, and then they started laughing, and then I heard someone say, Wanda, we're gonna you, and we're gonna hurt you, and yeah.
You got the door mirror.
Let me see him, and can you grab a kitty cat treats? Don't tell me no. Jace, have you met my fluffy fluffers? He's been this fluffy his whole life. His whole life. Hold on. We're gonna get you. I think that there's more dog yogurts. So, things were happening. I'm like, okay. And then, hold on, baby. And then, all right. So before the hotel thing, before this all started, yeah, okay. So that was 2 weeks prior. Sorry, because she ended up in the hospital for 4 days. Well, after the hospital is when the hotel issue happened. And
Sam.
Come here. All right, get them out of here. Go.
Out. Now.
Go.
Come on, Sam. Go.
You're gonna get the buzzard, dude. Hold on. Come here. Yeah. Quincy. Really, dude? Oh, again. Oh, a towel. Quick. Yep. Just plop it on there. Thank you. Oh, it's going. Thank you. All right. So,
Hey.
Fluffy boy, she's in here. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, that just happened. All right, can you guys hear me? He exited out of the thing. Okay, so you really can't see, but he is standing right now. Sit. You'll see a change in his posture a little bit. All right, sit. Princey, sit. 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 No, you got to sit. 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 No, you got to sit. Sit. Come on, sit. You can do it. Sit. Here, I'll give you one more, and then you got to sit. All right, sit. 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 Good boy. Okay, ready? Fist bump. Fist bump. Come on, you can do it. Good boy. Ready? High five. No, high five. High five. Come on. Yo, that was weak. Come on, give me a high five. Good boy. All right, ready? Meerkat. I bring this up above his head. Meerkat, come on. Meerkat. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Ready? Meerkat with paws. Meerkat paws. Here, meerkat paws. Come on, meerkat paws. Let's see if he does it. Good boy. Yes, yes. Paws means he can use his paws to hang on to us. Okay, ready? Grab it. Can you get it? Princey, grab it. No, get it. Reach for it. Get it. Yes, good boy. That is a good boy. He was a good boy. Here, let Grandma put this here. Ready? Hi, Jenny. Oh, I hope you got to see his tricks. No, that's okay. I'm glad you're on now. Okay. I hope you got to see his tricks, Jen. Emily's already seen his tricks. He's gone now. He's like, nope, I'm done. Okay, so anyway, so she ended up in the hospital because she was in a lot of pain, and she ended up having to go into the BHU, Behavioral Health Unit, that night for 4 days. And then when she got out, that's when she ended up at the hotel, and I tried calling her for like 2 days and she wasn't answering. And then I went to her apartment, she wasn't answering, and I had her landlord let me into her apartment. She wasn't there. And I'm like, well, the good thing is she wasn't there on the floor, diminished. I'm trying not to use the K word or D word, the other D word that ends with a D. Well, diminished ends with a D too, sorry. So, and then I talked to the police. The police, hadn't heard from her. I called the cab company to see if they picked her up from her home, and they said no. And then I had an idea, so I had her landlord let me back into her apartment, and I pressed redial on the phone, and it was the cab company. I'm like, all right, listen, this is the last number that she called from her home phone. I pressed redial. You're the one that came up. So, and the reason I had the idea was because her neighbor across the street saw the cab in the driveway. He didn't know if she got in it or not, but the cab was there. So, I'm really trying not to cry, guys. Why are you wet, handsome? I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, you can see his nosy nose. He adorbs. All right, so anyway, oh well, that would okay. So they're like, well, we can't give you any information. We're not allowed to. And I'm like, all right, what do I need to do? She's missing. She's disabled. She's not doing good. She's missing. What do I need to do? She said that the only people that they can give that to is a lawyer or the police. So I went to the police station, and sure enough, the cab company did pick her up, and they dropped her off. They said they dropped her off at the Queensberry Hotel. So I called the Queensberry so I called the Queensberry Hotel. The police called the Queensberry Hotel. They didn't see her. They hadn't seen her. They don't have any such person, and they're not allowed to give that information out anyway. And So I went in and filed a missing persons report with the police department. I posted online, Facebook, that she was missing, and because I was terrified, I went to the Queensberry Hotel and they didn't see her. I spoke to the manager of the hotel, and he said that and I'm like, well, do your cameras work outside? And they're like, no. I'm like, seriously, if your cameras were working, I would have been able to see which way she went. I was really terrified. Like, I mean, this is just the beginning of what is going on in my life right now, minus my health and my daughter's health. So I put on there that she was on Facebook, that she was missing. If anybody's seen her, please contact me. And I told the manager, I'm like, if you would have been able to see which way that she went. And only one camera worked for outside, and that was a camera that's not at a main entrance. I'm like, that's unacceptable. I was so distraught, so hurt, so scared, and so that's when I went home and put the missing person on Facebook, and literally within hours, it was shared over 382 times. And because of that share, I mean, it was shared all over the United States, literally all over the United States. I mean, people that I know from other different states that know people in this area were calling to let them know. They were posting it on their pages. It was just, Facebook was good for something because I was able to find her, because the manager of the Super 8 was like, messaged me. She's like, I don't know if this is your mom, but I'm thinking it is, because that woman looks familiar. And what's her name again? And I said my mom's name, and she's like, yeah, she's here. And I immediately video chatted with her, and she's like, yeah, she's here, she's fine, she's okay, she's healthy, she's doing fine. And I just bawled. So I went to the hotel. My mom, sure enough, was downstairs talking with the people, and I went in and I was just bawling, hugging her. I'm like, you have no idea how many people are looking for you right now. I said, I have the police looking for you. I have your neighbors looking for you, your landlord's son. I have people all over the United States looking for you. And she's like, all over the United States, Julie, really? I'm like, Mom, I put a missing person on Facebook, and it was shared over 382 times, and that is people from all over that I know, that I'm friends with, all over the United States, and they're letting people know here. And because of one of those people seeing and sharing, the manager of this hotel recognized you and let me know. She's like, Julie, I told you I was coming to the hotel. I said, no, you were looking to go into a hotel. And the cab company said they dropped you off at the Queensberry Hotel. That was the last anyone heard or seen from you in 4 days. 3 days. You have no idea what I've been going through the past 3 days. I thought you were dead. I thought that maybe you tried to walk home on the canal, the path on the canal, and because you can't walk it, I thought maybe you'd fallen into the canal and nobody could find you. The cab company never told the police that she called back right after the cab left and had them bring her from the Queensberry to the Super 8. vital information there. Pixie's here now too. I mean, that is some serious vital information. And so everything was fine. She apologized. She felt so bad. She thought that I knew that she definitely was going to the hotel, but she wanted to go to the Queensberry Hotel. Nope, she refuses. We're getting to situations though. Things have just gone downhill since then. I mean, you can ask Emily, she knows a little bit of it. It has literally gone downhill, severely downhill. No, it's okay. So she ended up going back into the hospital because she, back the next day to the hotel to let her know, hey, management doesn't want you to hang out and downstairs, and also your doctor called. Okay, so there's, excuse me, and went up to her room, and I let her know. I said, well, first of all, your doctor called my cell phone to let me know that you had an appointment on such and such date. And she's like, Julie, you need to stay out of my life. Whoa, what? You don't need to know every single thing about me. It's none of your fucking business. Okay, mind you, Selena's with me too. Excuse my language. All right, Shirley. I'm just letting everybody know exactly what's been going on with my mom and why I've been MIA. And I am going to be MIA after this live for a little while, but that's okay. I wanted to explain everything and get it out there. And if somebody else watches this live that isn't part of this group, part of our group, and has a similar situation, at least they know that they can make a comment, and I will be able to see it and try and comfort them at the same time. I mean, yeah. So she ended up back in the hold on. Well, then I told her that the manager didn't want her to go downstairs and talking to the staff all the time. And I'm like, do you want to see the conversation? No, Julie, that's fake. That is just your friend. You're going to show me your friend talking. I want you out of this hotel room. I want you to stay away from me. I don't want you to come near me anymore. I don't want you to call me. Don't come to my house. Nothing. Like, no, she has 3, but I'm the only one in communication with her. My youngest sister wants nothing to do with her for good reason. She's never met her. And my middle sister is mentally challenged as well. Not bad, but very, I don't know. Maybe she's just more redneck than anything. I don't know, but in a not mentally healthy way. So anyway, I mean, she's telling me all this, and she's like, I want you out of my life. I'm like, this is when the argument started. I'm like, Mom, if you want me out of your life, then you can consider me dead to you. Those exact words. I said, oh, and then she said, before we got into the argument, she's like, oh, and I know who's been threatening to kill me. Okay, yeah, I know who's been threatening to kill me. And I'm like, okay, who? And I got to be careful saying that because they'll cut me off of here again. Yeah. You did? She was hardly ever there. So I'm surprised you actually met her. She's like, it's my mom. She's down in hell and she's threatening me and to get her out of there or she's gonna me. I'm like, your deceased mother. She's like, yeah, Julie, yeah. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, whatever, mom. And then we started getting into the argument and she was gonna try and leave the room. Now the only thing that she could get arrested on, I could get arrested on, is not letting her leave the room. That could be considered kidnapping. But we were in the middle of a discussion and I wasn't going to let her leave because that's her. She does the fight or flight and she's more flight than wanting to fix the situation. And she has been her whole entire life. And it started going on to the, you were always mean to me, calling me names and everything when you were a kid. I'm like, where in the heck is that coming from? We're sitting here talking about you wanting me out of your life and I don't need to know anything about your medical, and then you don't believe me that the manager of the hotel. Where did that come from? Like, we're here in this huge argument and she's like, you know you were mean to me all the time. I'm like, well, first of all, no, I wasn't. Second of all, like, I'm not yelling, I'm very loudly talking but not yelling because we were in the hotel. I said, second of all, children do argue with their parents. And yes, they do call their parents names sometimes. But I was never as mean as you're saying I was. So at the time, I know that she has traumatic brain injury and I know that she's has never been fully mentally her age. I didn't know, however, even though I had a feeling something was going on, I wasn't sure and I was just getting angrier and more upset. Well, we're arguing and she's wanting to leave and I'm like, no, and I'm not letting you leave. Not until we talk. We're talking right now. She went over to the hotel window. And she's like, before I go into that, I have had a horrific childhood when I was with her. Literally every form of abuse. There's several forms of different, like verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse. I had all of those since I was 3 months old. Okay? All of it. And it was when I was with her, anytime I lived with her. And she was at the window and she said that she wished that she had let the men that she was protecting me from, she wished she had let them hurt me the way they wanted to. And then her, so she wouldn't ever have to deal with me again. I can't believe she said that. That hurt me, like, really bad. obviously. She said after that, she was like, I want you out of my life. And I'm like, all right, well, just to let you know, seriously, if you seriously want me out of your life, just to let you know, we are going to be dead to you. She's like, oh no, Selena's fine. Selena goes, nope. If you want my mom out of your life, that's it. I'm not in your life either. And she's like, whatever. I can't trust you. I can't trust the police. I can't trust anybody. Because she was trying to say that the voices that she was hearing prior to her saying it was her mom, when she ended up in the hospital the first time, the people that she was hearing were coming in and out of her apartment when the police were there. So I knew that wasn't true. So I conversed with the police sergeant that had gone and brought my mom to the hospital. And he said, no, that never happened. And I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, of course you're going to believe them. I can't trust any of you. You know, so that was part of the argument. And I'm like, Mom, it was probably a good 45 minutes. Oh, she wanted to throw a remote at me, and Selena looks at her. Oh, wait. No, what did she say, Selena, when you said, what did you just say to her? Oh, you're so stupid. Selena looks at me, or looks at her, and is like, what did you just call my mom? My mom's trying to help you. Don't you dare call her names. And my mom's like, why? She called me names all the time. Like, I'm leaving out parts because right now I can't focus but on all of it. And she went to throw a remote at me, and Selena looks at her, and then I looked at her, and we were both like, go ahead. That'll be the last thing you do tonight, because then I will have you arrested. And no, I'll call the police, and I will have you escorted to the hospital because something's not right with you. Well, then I went to turn the TV off because she was trying to watch the TV and not listen to me. And I hit a button which I thought was the volume button or the off button, but it wasn't. And so it took us another 20 minutes to fix the damn TV. And within that 20 minutes, everything calmed down and we were back to blah, blah, blah. Not fully, of course. And Selena and I left. We ended up going and getting my mom McDonald's and stuff. And that was that. And then a few days later, she ended up in the hospital. She ended up in the crisis unit. And I'm like, okay, something is wrong. So I went and they let me in, and I was talking to my mom, and she's like, I'm hearing those voices again. And I'm like, Mom, you can barely hear anything. How are you hearing these voices? And she's like, Julie, I'm hearing them with my brains. Okay, that's not normal to say. I'm like, Mom, you can't talk like that. They're gonna have you committed or something. You can't talk like that. And it's just, I don't want to get into everything that we were discussing, but things were fine. And then she went home, and then I brought her back to the hospital a few days later because she was sick, and I thought for sure she had Rona. And but she ended up having really bad bronchitis. So then a few days later, we were talking. She was trying to call, and I would answer. Normally, if I'm really tired or I'm sleeping, I don't answer her. But I knew something was going on with her, so I would answer the phone. I'm like, Mom, is everything okay? She's like, yeah, everything's fine. I just wanted to talk. I'm like, okay, but Mom, I've been dealing with a lot with you the past few weeks. I need to get some sleep. Okay? She's like, fine, whatever. And then next thing I know, she went missing again, but this time I was able to find her. I didn't know she went missing on the 23rd, and she was actually at the hospital. She wouldn't call me, and I didn't speak to her for like 4 or 5 days. I was like, why isn't she calling me? And I tried calling her, and hello, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And do I know you, or are you just someone that came into the conversation, which is great. I'm glad. I didn't mean to make that sound rude. I'm sorry. It's just some people change their names, and I don't know. You know, some of my friends change their names, and they forget to tell me that they changed their names. So I'm sorry. Anyway, so I didn't hear from her, and I finally got her to call me, and she's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, I wanted to make sure you were okay. Is everything all right? What happened? Why are you back at the hospital? What's going on? She's like, Julie, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't have time for you. I don't want you in my life anymore. I'm like, whoa, what happened? She goes, I know what happened at the hotel that night. And just to let you know, the staff and people that were walking by the room were telling me what was happening that night. She never went back to the hotel, by the way. I went and got her stuff like days later after she was in the hospital the first time. And I'm like, whoa, okay, what happened? What are you talking about? She's like, Julie, they were letting me know about you talking about the K word. I don't want to say it because I don't want YouTube to be like, all right, we're stopping the live. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What? You know, and I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking back to our argument. The only thing that they would have heard in the K word would have been her letting me know that what she was hearing outside. And I'm like, Mom, she's like, Julie, I don't have time for you. I don't want you. I'm like, all right. She's like, don't call me ever again. I'm like, what? And she hung up on me before I could say anything. I'm like, okay, well, that just happened. I'm like, what the hell? And she wouldn't talk to me. She was there for 10 days, literally 10 days. She got out and she finally answered my phone call. And she's like, I don't want to argue with you anymore. I'm like, well, first of all, what were you talking? She goes, you know damn well what I'm talking about. You know what you said at that hotel. I said, well, first of all, Mom, just to let you know, I recorded everything. I didn't record the first half because I didn't want her seeing me pull out my phone to record it. Which I felt really bad. And during the first one, the word dementia was brought up ish. Has she ever been tested for it? I'm like, no, but I'm worrying that maybe she does have. And the doctor was like, well, her brain scan seems okay. I go, I know she has traumatic brain injury and stuff. And we didn't discuss further on that, but doctors weren't allowed to talk to me after that. And I was, because she didn't sign a consent, because she really wanted to keep me out of her life. And for 10 days, at that freaking hospital, she was telling all the doctors, all the nurses, anybody that she could talk to, that I wanted to her. I'm like, why would you tell people that? And she's like, Julie, you said it. I said, no, actually, I didn't. She goes, that's what the people at the hotel were telling me and the staff and stuff. I said, and I heard you out of your own mouth. I heard you in my ears say that. I said, well, first of all, and I was recording this whole conversation, our whole phone conversation. So I had her on speaker and I was recording with my cell phone. It was a 28-minute conversation or 23 minutes, something like that. And I go, well, first of all, the only time I mentioned the K word was when you were telling me who was threatening to K word you. I said, I never said it for me wanting to K word you. And she's like, yes, you did. I heard you. I said, the only thing I mentioned was that if you truly wanted me out of your life, I was dead to you. I would be dead. See, I told you. That's what you said. You said it right now. You want to me. I'm like, no, Mom, that means I'm not going to be in your life anymore. Don't call me. Don't try to come to my house. Don't nothing. I will be deleting you from my life if that's what you really want. That's what me being dead to you means. It doesn't mean I want to hurt you. I have never wanted to hurt you. I have never even thought of hurting you. You're sick. You need help. And then she did say, after it calmed down, she's like, I love you, Julie. I'm like, you have a shitty way of showing it, especially at the hotel when you said that you wished that the men that wanted to hurt me actually hurt me. You wished you'd let them hurt me and then kill you. So you K-word you. So you wouldn't ever have to deal with me again. Well, that hurt. That really hurt. She goes, I didn't say that. I have it recorded, but I told her I did. I said, I have it recorded. And we started talking for like a minute or so more. I go, so she's like, yeah, I wanted to jump out the hotel window. I was like, was that before or after you said you let the men hurt me? And she's like, before. I go, see, you did say it. She's like, I did? I'm like, yeah, you did. And we seemed fine. We got to where we were talking and, calmly. And I was talking mostly, but, we were having a civil conversation. Looked like we were getting things back on track. And next thing I know, she's not answering my calls. So I called the police and she was brought back to the hospital. And I'm like, okay, but she's in the crisis unit and she would not return my calls. So I knew she'd call me if I said I had something really important, good news for her. It's something that hasn't changed in the past 5 years, but I haven't really gone into detail with her about it, about my cancer situation. So she did call me. She's like, Julie, I can't confirm or deny where I am. I can't confirm or deny anything to tell you. I don't know what you want. I gotta go. I'm like, Mom, I wanted to make sure you're okay. And why can't you confirm or deny? I already know where you are because you called me after I already spoke to the person in that department. I know where you are. She's like, Julie, no, I can't confirm or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are they telling you that you can't confirm or deny? What? She's like, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I'm like, okay. Something is wrong. And I haven't spoken to her since. That was Saturday. And she's like, I might know something in 3 to 4 days. I might be able to, I can confirm something 3 to 4 days. So I'm hoping that means that they're going to be able to come up with a diagnosis for her. We are thinking early onset of dementia, and unfortunately, when it's detected in someone under 65, it usually progresses really fast. And that hurts. It's like something's not right, something's wrong. I'm recording everything. It doesn't matter. I'm right there with you, Princess Moon. I'm right there with you. It just sucks. And that brings me to this. The third time she ended up in the hospital, the 10-day stretch. No, that was the second time. Sorry. Second time was the 10-day stretch. I don't know. I think is this her third or fourth time in the hospital? Yep, because she was in the BHU twice, and she was in the other unit that she's in right now twice. My therapist, I have been on the phone with her constantly. I have been crying myself to sleep. I've been crying all the time. I will just sit there and I'll just cry because, especially after speaking to the very effing people that are supposed to be helping. The doctor can't talk to me because she didn't sign a release form for them to talk to me. I mean, they were allowed to talk to me when she was speaking to me, but because they didn't get permission from her to talk to me about anything after that, they can't talk to me. So, and I'm like, because I wanted to know, how can I get power of attorney? You can't get power of attorney. Okay, to you guys. Does this sound like she's capable of making good decisions for herself and taking care of herself? Because it doesn't to me. And my therapist is telling me, like, Julie, you're literally, I want you to know that you have done everything humanly possible short of fighting this. Because the government changed the way doctors are allowed to communicate with family of people that are in the BHU. Oh, it's more than just the voices. She says she was abducted by aliens when she was little, and that I seen something fall out of her nose that they put up there. Seen a dragon, then she changed it to a really large bird where its eye was as big as her window. Like, these are things that no, I can't. Watch. I'll tell you. I am literally fighting for everything. And, my family wants me to just let her be. She's going to do what she wants to do. I'm like, I can't do that. I am the only person she has. Even if she thinks I'm out to hurt her, I'm the only person she has and the only person that's fighting for her. And I don't want her to go anywhere and think that she's alone. Nobody should feel that. Nobody should feel lonely. Nobody should die alone, if that is what's going to end up happening. And if I can be there, I want to be there. Yeah, it's stressing me out. It's making my life really difficult. Oh, and during this, my daughter ends up in the hospital for a week because she was in so much pain, you couldn't even touch her. So I'm dealing with that too, and I'm just in so much pain. But her doctor, the care manager at her doctor's office, said that I'm not going to be able to get power of attorney I'm like, well, I gotta be able to do something. And she said it's very expensive and very lengthy court. I'm like, I'll figure out how to do it. Out. She's my mom. Nobody else is gonna fight for her. I'm gonna have to. I know that I can't do everything. I'm like, well, what about putting her in a nursing home? Stuff like this. She's like, if she doesn't want to, you can't make her. So then, I called Medicaid, I called social services, I called Adult Protective, and Princess Moon. This is why I know I'm not going to be able to get power of attorney, right? Because they changed things since 1980 or 90 something. Because people that were in institutions that people that have schizophrenia or not there mentally were institutionalized, and when they were living there they were getting treated very badly. Every form of abuse upon all of them, they were getting treated very badly. So the government has made it to the fact that ready for this one, if a person, adult protective, and like my mom, I don't want to go into my mom's living situations, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Like, at all. She's not healthy. She's not a clean person. The last time she had a bath before she went into the hospital was when I gave it to her 3 years ago. She washes herself with a washcloth. She washes herself. I was going to say the other word, the WH blank, blank, blank word, bath, where she washes herself, but only when she's going somewhere. And there's little carpet worms all over her apartment. Inside her refrigerator are gnats galore. Like, if you wipe up all the gnats, the flying bugs, you can get a cup to 2 cupfuls. I'm like, oh my God, this is not good. And I explained this to Adult Protective. I'm like, I need to be able to become power of attorney to be able to get her into her. That's the other thing we were fighting about, because she thinks I want to steal her money. This is the other argument that was at the hotel. Me wanting to become power of attorney, where I could help get her the help she needs and help figure out what she's going to do with her money. Oh no, I'm getting there. Hold on. I'm getting there. Hold on. Can she feed herself? Yes. Can she go shopping by herself? Yes. She can buy food by herself. Yes. Can she make doctor's appointments and go? Yes. Can she take her medicine? Yes, but she quit taking her medicine last year. That was her choice, they said. I'm like, okay. There was one other thing. So there's 5 things. If she's able to do these 5 things, which she was, I can't get power of attorney. And I can't get the state to step in. They said HUD wouldn't step in. I'm like, but her apartment is filthy. It's gross. But because she's coming to look and do the checkup once a year, she does a cleaning spree for 2 weeks to make sure that she passes the inspection. In the thousands. Because you got to get a lawyer. I mean, you can do it for yourself, and then you got to get the proof, and getting the proof without a lawyer is very difficult. So you have to hire a lawyer. And BHU keeps letting her go. So, apparently it doesn't matter how many times she's in the BHU. As long as the doctor thinks that she's fine, she's not a danger to society, and she's not a danger to herself, she's fine, she can go. It's like a big, huge therapy session. But yeah, as long as she's able to do those 5 things. Because, the cleaning part. Because she knows that she has the inspection coming as clean. So she's capable of doing it. She just chooses not to. This is what the adult protective is saying to me. I'm like, so her not being able to clean herself, she's had an infection on her whole front half for years that only started to clear up because of the fact that the first stint she had in the BHU, they were helping her clear it up. Yeah, I don't have that money though, because like I said, I have terminal cancer. I have my own doctor's appointments. I have tons of doctor's appointments. I see 2 oncologists, one in my area and then one down in the capital of New York. I might as well say it. I just said the capital of New York, but one down in Albany. So, and I have a ton of doctor's appointments. So that's why I'm trying to fight this, but the more stress that I'm under, the more likelihood of my cancer cells turning into tumors and then growing. Right now, they're just cells. I do have tumors somewhere, but I have the rarest form, one of the rarest forms of ovarian cancer. And the only good thing of this cancer is that it's very slow growing. I am stage 3C. The worst thing is that the tumors are not treatable. They're basically immune to treatment. Very rarely do they have that somebody that it works on. But with that, it barely touches them. They're still, yeah. So anyway, and thank you, Princess Blue Moon. So short of me going to the government and doing appeal after appeal after appeal, I don't know what they're really called, but going and being like, listen, you got to change it a little bit. I can figure out a way where family, where, people that are in my mom's situation can be deemed, yes, they things, but so can't a lot of people, that are in the nursing homes, that are under adult protective, that are in that do get people to come in their place and help them. Assisted living. Not, yeah. People that are in assisted living can still do some of these, and people that live in their own home but have caretakers come in and help them, they're able to do these things. But they still are, they still obviously need somebody to come in and help them. They said the only way that they can do it is if my mom thinks she needs the help, and she doesn't. She doesn't understand, and it is most likely because she does have dementia. She doesn't even remember. She didn't even know that she said that horrible, horrible, horrible thing to me. She didn't know that she said that to me. She didn't want to believe it either. So, it's so something is really, really wrong with her, and my therapist thinks that she must have the early onset of dementia. She's definitely has psychosis. She's definitely psychotic. And I didn't realize that there's different levels of psychotic, because to me, psychotic is like going crazy, like psychotic. I didn't realize that people like my mom, that is also considered psychotic. I didn't know that. Now I do. And, I did tell my husband, I'm like, I wish I had the strength and energy to go and fight the government to figure out how to help my mom. She doesn't want my help. She wants me out of her life. But when she's lucid, she doesn't want me out of her life. And that's why I'm not leaving her. That's why I'm not going to let her this earth by herself. That's why I'm terrified when she has to end up in the BHU and then nobody's able to call me, because I don't know that she's there unless I call the police and they tell me that the ambulance brought her there. And I'm so afraid that something's going to happen to her there and nobody's going to call me. That's my biggest fear right now. And, they don't know what she wants for end of life. She won't talk to me. She thinks I want to hurt her. So for the past month, she's been thinking that I want to hurt her. You guys could ask Jen and Shirley. I'm the last person to hurt anybody. I'm more likely to help even if I hate you, I'm still going to help you. Well, to a degree, I will not help evil people. But if I don't like you, I'm still going to help you. And going through all this the past 2.5 months, I have been self-harming almost on a daily basis. And that's another reason why I haven't been going on live or going on social media. I actually have scars on my body now. I don't know if you guys can see that I was biting myself. I was really good, and right there, that red spot right there, that's from biting myself last week. I either bite myself when I self-harm, or I scratch until I see the red stuff, because you're not really supposed to say that word on YouTube. So I just want everybody to know that if you don't hear from me on social media, if I'm not returning your phone calls or I'm not returning your messages, it's because I'm ignoring you. It's because I'm going through all of this and it's really emotionally draining. And I make myself sleep. If somebody's home, I make myself sleep. Or I have to be with somebody so I don't cause myself harm. Yeah, that don't work. It doesn't work. I even made stress stones. I have to, I was this way throughout my childhood. I haven't been like this since my childhood. I have to see the red stuff. And even then, sometimes I don't stop. Yeah, but the problem is I won't message you back. And it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just because I'm going through too much right now. And, this is why, you haven't seen me on the YouTube chat. I've just been going through so much. My therapist last week, I think, yeah. While my mom was in the BHU for the third time, and for the 10-day stint, my therapist wanted to have me committed. She was very scared for me. She messages me every once in a while, I'm thinking of you. Are you okay? And I am. Selena's been trying to keep me busy. My husband's been trying to keep me busy. Yeah, I can do that. It's just I'm getting better. It's just not being able to dealing with my own situation. And then before Selena quit Benson's, that's when she ended up going into the hospital for a week, almost a week. Before going in there, the manager at Benson's is a horrible, horrible person. So having my daughter this whole time dealing with coming home almost virtually in tears and always in constant pain. She's in tears anytime she worked with her manager, because her manager would pick out a person every week to be a bitch to every week. But Selena was also included in that bitchery. It would be this person plus Selena all the time. She put her hands on Selena a couple of times, like Selena would, like if she had to be on register, nobody would be there. She would go and do some stuff but keep an eye on the register. If she saw a dog or something, she'd go try to give the dog a biscuit or something. And her manager would come up, okay, this is Selena, this is her manager. Get to work. Like that. Like, no. Yes, I have therapy. I see a psychiatrist, actually. And we're supposed to be working on my PTSD. So, that's the difficult news I wanted to discuss with you. I do want to discuss some good news if you guys want to talk about it. Don't mind me talking about it. I'm pretty sure you guys are thinking, all right, yeah, let's talk about something good. I was going to do a tutorial on braiding, but this went longer than I expected, and that's okay. So I'm not going to do that tutorial. Nikki has a little girl and wants to learn how, and she works at a school, so she has little girls and stuff, and she wants to learn how to French braid their hair. So I was going to do a tutorial on that. And then I was going to sort my seeds and stuff, but itchy, sorry. I am going to switch the subject because I don't want to cry anymore. I got itchies right in here. I was like, oh. Oh, no. I'm going to go to bed soon. But no, I know. And that's the other thing. I don't like, I mean, surely I can because I'm friends with her and we let each other know what's going on in each other's life. We blame it on this road though. It's like if it's not her dealing with stuff with her and her family, it's me dealing with stuff. It's just right now we both happen to be dealing with stuff at the same time. So, oh, I have a ton of essential oils. Thank you, Princess. Yes, I have a ton. I get essential oils through Simply Earth. I support them. I agree with everything that they stand for, and 13% of all their proceeds every month goes to a specific organization that helps fight human trafficking. And that means so much to me because I was almost a victim twice of human trafficking. So, that that's something and that I'm very passionate about. So, okay. Let's get on to some good thoughts, shall we? So, I want to show you something. I did a video on Facebook the other day of me being like super excited because our tomatoes, we have, oh my gosh, how many tomatoes do you think we have? 100, 200? Huh? I have about that 100, 150, give or take tomatoes. All right, maybe 100. But they're just now starting to ripen. So excited. We had our first one yesterday off the vine, and there's farmers. I watch Roots and Refuge on YouTube. If you guys like gardening and stuff, go watch them. They're amazing. She's so beautiful too. Like just organically beautiful. I know that's weird, but they have a saying where store-bought tomatoes taste like disappointment. And that is ever so true. If you've ever had farm fresh anything, the store-bought stuff is like, yeah, you never want it again. And you only get it because you have to. That's why farmers markets are so amazing. But you got to go to the right ones because there are some farmers markets, which it's against the law to do this, actually get their stuff from factories that supply to the stores. So the stuff has been treated. They treat even organic stuff gets treated. So, but these are early sun glow corn on the cobs. And yes, this is the size that they are supposed to be. And they are so super sweet. I don't think this one is all good because that's as big as it is. And Selena had tried one that was that small. And she's like, yeah, no. But these are full grown. And when they start turning this color on the stalk, that means they're ready to pick. But that's as big as they get. And they are so super sweet. Super good. Aren't they tiny? I'm like, I was expecting like this big, regular corn on the cob. No. I'm gonna try this one because this one that one's not good. I think that one just stopped, but I'll try it. I don't think this one's gonna be good. It looks like it's gonna be bitter. Hold on. No, these are full grown. Oh, actually. Not as good as these ones, though. So next summer, I am going to be growing a ton of these. Okay, look how beautiful these cobs are. I'm only going to do this one cob. This is fully grown. How beautiful that is. And these are perfect for children. Like, if you want to grow corn on the cob, this is the and you don't need a lot of them. Like, I have literally a 4x4, no, excuse me, a 4x3, a 3 rectangle raised bed. I think I had 18 plants in there, and they all have corn on the cob on them. These are early sun glow. These are usually ripe by August. If you plant them in June, May or June, they're usually ripe by August. So that's why they're so little, very little. And these are perfect for little kids. I mean, like, I usually think corn on the cob not cooked is like ew, but it's so good. Oh, and Loverbug, what are you doing? All right, don't be miserable to me. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. So these are almost processed completely. I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. I gotta throw stuff away first. You know what? Neither do I, but these are so good. These little ones, they're so good. I'm thinking I might be able to plant some more right now and should be okay by before October. I should be able to pick them before October. As long as the weather's good. Which, this whole situation that I'm talking about right now is going to lead into one of the things I want to tell you about that I'm super excited about. So, outside of tomatoes these are processed now. And what I mean by that is, up, you need to let them sit for a little bit so their skins get hard. Little potatoes. Isn't it great? I'm super excited. So you shouldn't wash them off until they're processed, which means sit and let the skin get hard. That's what processed means. That's not the word for it, but that's the one I'm using. There's another word for it. I just forgot. So, the reason I'm bringing these up is I also watch Living Traditions Homestead. And I watch a lot of homestead videos. And a lot of the homesteaders do canning. And a lot of them have this favorite book. I'm going to learn how to can the tomatoes. I'm going to learn how to can potatoes. And I'm going to learn how to can the corn. I'm super excited about it. I am super, super excited about it. I can learn how to make my own mustard, my own vinegar, different styles of vinegar, pickles. That's the one thing I'm sad my cucumbers didn't grow. But a lot of it's been my fault because I've been dealing with this situation with my mom. I haven't been diligent with all the crops. So, but that's the good stuff I wanted to tell. I'm so super excited. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is go to the farmer's market, the different farmers markets around here, and get the stuff that I'm going to want to can and can them. Right now I'm looking into, I bought, I'm very much into Disney. If any of you don't know that, I am a huge Disney freak. And I bought a beautiful pressure cooker-ish thing. Hold on. I gotta show you. All right, I'm here. Sorry. It's a multi-use pressure cooker. I'm super excited about it. Which one did I get? Did I get the white and black? I think I did. And the reason I got it, I was thinking I could use that as a pressure cooker to can, because some of them you can. Some of them you can use for canning. But I don't think this is one of them. But it is gorgeous. So I want to start using that. I'm going to go through the booklet, find out. I'm going to show it to you. I'm not going to take it out. Sorry, guys. But I am going to show it to you. It came with it's an Instant Pot too. Silicone egg rack. So you can cook 9 eggs. Boil up to 18 eggs on 2 racks. So if you get 2 of them, you can get 18 eggs in there. Isn't that cool? I like that idea. And then hold on. Here it is. It's so pretty. Hold on. Yeah. You can make your own yogurt in this. So that's going to be cool. So if I can learn how to do that, I can make my own yogurt instead of going out and buying yogurt and letting it expire. 10 plus built-in safety features, overheat protection, safety lid lock. It has a recipe for the disgusting looking macaroni and cheese, but everything else sounds good. It don't look good. I don't know why they would put that there, but quick and simple one-pot meals, steamed veggies faster than ever, homemade macaroni and cheese. It's an Instant Pot pressure cooker. So my big thing is I wanted to know if I could use it for canning. Ooh. So I don't know. Yes, crazy. What's yes, crazy? Excuse me. I'll read the important safety instructions after, and that's probably where I'll find, no, you can't use this as a canning area thing. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, so for pressure cooking, soup, broth, meat, stew, beans, chili, poultry, rice, multigrains, porridge, steam, pressure cook. Non-pressure cooking, you can slow cook with it, saute, yogurt, make yogurt, and keep things warm. Sorry. Itchies. I hate my throat when it itches. Because if I don't have to buy a oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. All right, well, get ready for bed. I'm almost done, so yeah. I forgot what I was going to say, but that's okay. Oh, if I can use this, I won't have to buy a pressure cooker to do poultry, rice, grains, to do canning. But I think I'm gonna have to get another pressure cooker. And those things, to get a good one, they can be upwards of $300-$400 just for a pot with a lid that you turn. It's not like this. It's not a plug-in thing. It's not electric. You put it on your stove. You put water. It's like a pot that you make macaroni in, that stuff. But it's got that lid, and then it has a little nozzle thingy that, hold on, I'll show you actually. It's got like this here on it, right next to the handle of the lid. And that's to depressurize, and you put a weight on it, a little round weight, and that will let you know when it vibrates when it's up to pressure. So yeah, that's my I'm excited news. So I'm sorry that the first 2 hours of this, the other video was the first hour and a half, 45 minutes, hour and 45 minutes was depressing, but I felt that I was getting messages, where are you? Why haven't you been on? Stuff like that from different people. And I felt the need to make this video. I'm not going to let everybody on Facebook know. I mean, I know I'm letting the whole world know with this video, but there's just not everybody sees my videos. My view counts are low right now until I start getting into more of the stuff that I'm going to be doing. And at that point, I won't care who sees the video. So, and I'm not going to delete it because, like I said, if me expressing my feelings about that situation can help someone else that is like Princess Blue Moon, she's going through a very, very similar situation. Shirley is sort of going through the same situation. And, if I can help somebody, then it was worth keeping it on here. Even if they don't tell me that it helped them, it's still worth keeping it on here, just knowing that it can help somebody. So, but I'm going to clean this very messy desk. Oh, what do you guys think of my backgrounds? What did you think of the first background in the first video? Shirley, you didn't get to see it. That video is still probably processing, but it will be up. YouTube kicked me off because I was using some not so nice words. Not many swear words, but the K word and stuff. So, but this is so cool. I love this. I love that it has the color and then it's black and white. I just love it. And that is the Eiffel Tower, in case anybody didn't know what that was. See, it is the Eiffel Tower. So I figured it'd be nicer to look at that than something that was messy in the background or something. Tree. Are you talking about this tree or this very big man-made tree? That would be one of my biggest goals. Is the Eiffel Tower is one of Selena's favorite buildings in the world. I think it is her favorite building in the whole entire world. And it is considered a building because there is a restaurant in it, and there's elevator and you got to take stairs, stuff like that. I would love to be able to take her there if we can get rid of all this COVID bull honky. So anyway, I'm going to go, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your concerns and well wishes and all of that. It truly, truly does mean a lot to me. And again, for those that will be watching after the fact and have been wondering why I haven't been on, why I haven't been doing videos, I'm emotionally broken. Like, my heart is very broken right now. I am in a lot of I'm just, it's painful. It's painful in dealing with everything that I'm already dealing with. Like I said, there's just so much to my medical situation that I haven't explained to everybody. Like, some people think that I'm only going through a few things and get over it, blah, blah, blah. There's people that are going through much worse. And it's like, and I told Shirley this too one time, because some people will tell me, you're going through this, and I complain about this, and you're just going through. I was like, okay, but you know what? I may be dying, basically. I may be going through everything that I'm going through. But what you're going through right now is also important. It's bad for you. Even if somebody got a paper cut and it like really stung and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I know you're going through stuff, it just really hurt. It's like, don't feel sorry. I am going through stuff. And yes, there are people out there that are going through much more than I am. And I don't like that. I don't like that saying. They may be it's not that they're going through more. They have a different situation. And that situation is bad for them. My situation is horrific for me. I forgot to tell you the other thing that I've been emotionally dealing with this past month and a half, actually, because that's when we found out. My baby brother, he has brain cancer, and they did surgery on him, and he went through treatment 2 years ago. And they were only able to remove a certain amount of his tumor, because the rest of it is where they can't do the surgery. And it's grown a little bit, and it's causing some really bad for him, and he's on radiation and chemotherapy now. Please keep him in your prayers, please. He's literally only 3 years older than Selena. So he's 24. My heart breaks for him, so I got my situation, and then my mom going through her situation, and then my daughter into the hospital the very day that a little baby, and I'm sorry this is going to be triggering, but a little baby, 7-week-old baby, a week prior, was her father came home angry because he got fired, came home and beat the baby. And that baby died when Selena was being admitted into the hospital. So that was heartbreaking. Shirley actually let me know about the passing of the baby. That's heartbreaking, and not that that's something that I had to deal with, but it's still heartbreaking. And it's heartbreaking to me because this baby was being abused and nobody helped it. So, and then my baby brother, in the midst of all of this, is going through what he's going through, and it's just hard. It's very, very difficult. So, but yeah, I can't stand that saying. It's like, my thing is, like I said, I may be going through what I'm going through, and it is horrific for me. It's very bad for me. I mean, unless somebody is literally like, you know, I poked myself, or even a paper cut. Yeah, paper cut is really bad. It can be really bad. It can be infected. It can get infected, or I stubbed my toe, and no, that stuff can't be compared to what I'm going through. But it's still bad for that person because it hurts like hell. Yeah, he's being charged right now. We just don't know what it is yet. They're still deciding what the charge is going to be. But so like Shirley, her son has achondroplasia dwarfism, and he chose to get limb lengthening. And if you don't know what limb lengthening is, in his legs, I don't remember which part, either his thigh or his shin, but they break the bone that makes you taller. They break that bone and they stick a contraption in it, and it has to be turned so many degrees so many times a day. And what it does, it takes a contraption inside that's attached to each of the broken pieces and stretches them while it's creating new bone for growth. And right now he has his arms, and he ended up having radial nerve situation last week and ended up having to get surgery, emergency surgery, had to fly down to Florida last week and get the surgery done, to help repair it so they can continue lengthening his arm. So, that's that would be like, I'm going through my situation, but oh my gosh, she's got to go through all of this, with her little boy. But we both see it as, yeah, we're going through what we're going through, but what we see each other going through. So I see her going through what she's going through, and that's really bad for her. That's really traumatic for her. That's really, life-changing for her. And what she sees me going through is really bad for me, really horrific for me, really life-changing for me. So like what I would see Jace going through, you Jace, it would be, if you broke your hand, that's really bad for you. That you're going, or other situations that you're dealing with your parents, that's really a bad situation for you. I'm not going to compare it to what I'm going to go through, and I don't think anybody should compare what you're going through with what somebody else is going through, because I think that's rude. That is like you're lessening what they're going through. You're making it seem like what they're going through isn't as important as what you're going through, when in actuality it is. Even a damn paper cut. Exactly. Because it's important for them. It's important for your family. And anybody that wants to make it feel like it's not important, then there's something wrong with that person, because everybody's situation is unique. Everybody's situation, even if you have two people that are going through the same exact stuff, it's still unique to them individually, because they're not going to deal with it the same exact way. They're not actually facing it the same exact way. And it is going to be very important. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to do some research and seeing if my Instant Pot pressure cooker, probably not because it's an Instant Pot. Excuse me. Ooh. All right. So they got a full manual. Ooh, sweet. All right. Anyway, I can do it. Okay. I'm going to let you all go. Thank you again for being here for me. I really do appreciate it. And I say this at the end of every video, not just to say it, but I really do mean it. So I'm going to let you all go. Peace, love, and happiness to you all. Good night. Before I go, ready? Na 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 na. Tell me the name of the tune in the comments. Okay. Good night.